doing well. So here I'm getting ready to go on a trip for about 3 days, 3 nights, and it's a weekend trip. We're going to go to this place that's about an hour and a half away, so an hour from San Francisco, and it promises is looking really good. Now I took this video in April, so a few months ago, but in this particular video I'm just showing you how I went about packing and things like that, on how I got ready for this trip, but and as a Desi American, how I had to incorporate all my Indian tastes and preferences also into this trip. So I have that, and then in my next video you will see the actual place. So yeah, so come and see how I went about preparing myself for the trip. Always a great idea to start with the laundry, because then that way you have your best clothes and your clean clothes ready to choose and pick from. Guys, here's another thing that always happens to me. The weather changes. So I planned this trip thinking it'll be nice in spring and it's going to be warm and all that. And it's supposed to be warm. Like right now it's warm over there. But the minute we land there, it gets cold. So I'm like, what's the point? But this always happens. But anyhow, I bought hats for everyone thinking it'll be hot and we'll be, hiking and we need hats. So I got, take a look. I got this visor. And I got myself this hat. I just like the color a lot. And it's going to be windy there. So it's got this straps attached. So I'm sure I'm going to stay nice, and it's going to stay on my head. And this one's for my son, who's going to be like, I think it's so cool. If it's hot, which is not, it's not going to be hot, but he can use it at some other point. It covers the back of his neck, and it's also got straps because here it does get windy. So I'm all prepared for the wrong weather, but I have more stuff here. So I got a Cuisine-Max. It's a hot plate because again, this place doesn't have a kitchen stove, but it has a toaster, microwave, fridge, all of that. So I'm going to try out this hot plate. I'm excited about that. Then I also bought this chai. No Indian, self-respecting Indian is going to leave without chai. So this is an instant mix. I heard good things about it, but I tried it and it's a little too sweet for my liking. So I'm going to have this as a backup anyway, and I'm going to take that with me. And then I also have some books and DVDs. I just ended up picking a couple of animated movies. I really like this movie, Babe. Just a good family movie. That's a sweet movie. How about Ratatouille? You can see a lot of Paris in there, so I'm gonna enjoy that. Might just give the Bollywood movies a skip this time. I don't know, do we have time for a 3-hour commitment? So as I said earlier, guys, no self-respecting Indian will not make arrangements for chai. This is the most essential part of travel for an American with Indian roots. This strainer, indispensable, and you may not find this in most places. Your black tea, loose tea, some sugar, and a little saucepan to make the chai. We are ready. So guys, I've become one of those Indians who takes food from home and travels. I remember being young and judging people, but now I've learned my lesson. And as that happens, every time you judge somebody, you become them eventually, Either you become them or they will end up in your family somehow. So that's the wisdom I have gained in my 40 odd years of living. So yes, so let me show you what I'm packing for myself. It's also partly because you don't have a lot of choices. That's when I miss being in India, where you can actually go and get idli and hot dosas and all of that. No such luck here. You'll get cereal, you'll get gluten-filled items, and I just can't do it anymore. I just can't. I do love American food too, and all the options we have, but it's just that I don't do too well on them, and as I'm aging, it's becoming harder. So let me show you what I have. In there is some rice, some jeera rice I had made, so that will come with me, and I'll mix and match it with whatever I get from outside. And here is some upma, so I'm going to take this along as well. This is actually a dosa batter, which I have mixed beetroot in there, which is why it's this beautiful color. So I'm gonna maybe make an uttapam or something. So I have that, and Malayalis will know I have some meat cutlets in there, just some leftovers. So if I can eat that with my jeera rice, I'll be set. And then I have my puri. South Indians know puri, or as we call it, gunpowder. Some for my idlis. Oh, I didn't put the idlis out here. And then I have some sesame seed oil that goes well with the puri. And I'm going to take my idlis. Oh, and I have my uttapam, of course. And there's also some coconut chutney. I'm also taking eggs and bacon and all of that because the kids can enjoy that. So yeah, a bit of mix and match going on over here. Some grapes and whatever leftover fruits, I'll take that. Salted peanuts in the shell, guys. I think this should be fun. Okay, I just have to stop with this food. I mean, everything is literally available where we're going. It's only an hour away, but it's like, I know I'm starting to hoard like if there's going to be a famine. Allergies are in full bloom. So make sure you take your allergy medication and whatever else you take, So guys, I'm a little nervous about this trip because, usually it's my husband does the booking. And this time I was like, and he always goes for these really expensive places. And again, he did that this time too. And it was expensive. And then it had like 9 bedrooms or something, So I was like, I'd rather go to a place that's not that fancy and make 3 trips instead of splurging it on one vacation and then the rest of the days you're just sitting and twiddling your thumb. So this time I kind of barged in and decided on this place, and which was just 1/3 of the price of what he had. So now I'm like a little nervous. Oh my god, what if it's really bad? So let's hope it's okay. And also make sure that you do your research of all the restaurants in the area before you go and where to get what. It'll definitely come handy. And I also made sure to stay in touch with the managers of the property so that I could find out more about the place that we were going to stay, and also, find out more about the facilities and the amenities that they have. So that way you just feel not only excited about going, but you also, you can prepare yourself well for the trip. I got this turtle from my last trip to India. Isn't it cute? I meant to give it as a gift to someone, but then I kept it. You don't want your herb garden, your parsley, rosemary, thyme to miss you. So make sure you give them some extra water. Oops. So we used to have a pet dog, but sadly he passed away. But when he was around, we used to have him stay at a pet hotel, and those were expensive. They were about $80. But now we have little fish, and they can easily go, a goldfish, they can easily go say about 3 days without food. So we make sure to feed him well before we leave. And I've also had chickens in the past, and with chickens too, we used to just put the food in and go, and 3-4 days, even up to a week, they've done quite well. So guys, we don't really have to worry about our meal because we're leaving on a Friday and coming back on a Monday. And so, Sunday there's no meal, so that'll work out. Look at this hat. My son left this for his friend to come pick it up, and it's been there for a month. These kids. Let's take a look at the garbage bins. Those will have to be rolled up. So I'm here with my stinky garbage bins, and I have to roll these up the hill. Garbage pickup is on Monday morning. So, and we return on Monday, so it's not a problem. We can roll it back down. But usually we will ask somebody like a neighbor or someone to roll it back, because sometimes you can get fined for leaving the garbage bins on the side. It's never happened to us, but they keep warning us that could happen. That's 2 of my bins here. I need to roll this up, and the gardening bin is already up there. The gardener had already placed it. That's taken care of. So guys, that's all I got. So now I'm going to get ready, and I want to show you this bag before we go. So this is a To-Me bag, and you know, you can see, I don't know, but expensive when I bought it. And I bought this a good, I think maybe 15 years ago or so, and all of us have taken it on so many trips. So you see, this is like a carry-on bag, but it's great for weekend trips. I've even used it as a backpack when I went to France. Yeah, those were the days pre-pandemic for my 40th anniversary. Anyway, we digress. So this is a fantastic bag for a weekend trip. Then I also have this Kate Spade, ooh la la, so bag, which can also work as a nice weekend trip, you know, if you don't have too many things. So look at this nice color also inside. So yeah, so something like this, you could take a duffel bag, or you could take a backpack come carry-on size bag. And this is what I'm going with. And wow, this even matches. Oh my god, like look like some kind of a confused zebra. But anyhow, so yeah, so that's all I got on this in this video, and I will see you come back. Just drop my camera there. But I will see you in the next video, in which we will you can see one of the best day trips you can make from San Francisco, and also the best overnight trip you can make, period. So come back, and I will catch you next week. Bye bye.